Alright, so I had a little glitch, but we're back. And then it asks you to find the break-even points. The break-even points are where cost and revenue are exactly the same. So just to keep in mind, if this is curve is the revenue and the line is cost, profit is the difference between revenue and cost. Every time, every point revenue is above the cost line, you're making money. So this whole region in here would be where you're making a profit. Down over here and over here is where you would start losing money. So that's why you want your break-even points, because that's where you know anywhere between those two values of television production you would be earning a profit. So to find those, you need to hit the second trace button, and you're going to find the intersection, number 5. And what that's going to have you do is it wants to know, it's got two curves, so it's just asking you to make sure you're on the first curve. It doesn't really matter where you are, just hit enter. Then you'll notice it's now up here and it says, is this the second curve? And yes, it is. You want to be pretty close to the point you want to find the intersection of, and since we have two of them, I want both of these to be kind of over on this half. So when I hit enter, yes, it asks you to guess. You don't have to guess, just hit enter, and it will give you the point of intersection is x equals 600, y is 168,000. So you might want to jot that down. Now we're going to do that again, second calculate intersect, but now we're going to find the point of intersection over here. And so now, even though it says first curve, I need to move my little blinking light closer to that point of intersection than the first point of intersection. I'm now over halfway there, so I say, yep, there's the first curve. Second curve automatically drops me in the right half, so I'm pretty close, so I don't guess. You can just enter through guess, and there's my second point of intersection. So at 7,500 TVs, I would be expecting to make either a revenue or cost of $375,000. So all this shows you is that particular graph printed from a screen. But the break-even points were, this one right here was at 600 and a Y value of 168,000. So basically, after they make 600 TVs, the revenue becomes greater than the cost, and they start making a profit until they get to this point, which was 1,500 and 375. So from 600 to 1,500 TVs, they're making a profit. And eventually we're going to talk about, well, how do I maximize my profit? And maximum profit is the greatest distance between your revenue and your cost. And that's another thing that the derivatives will help us do eventually. So the profit function, moving on, again, from the very first page, is profit is revenue minus cost. So profit will be whatever my revenue function is minus my cost function. So in our book, there's revenue, 300x minus x squared. 300x minus x squared over 30, right? There we go. I don't want to write the wrong number down there. Minus the cost function. Well, there's the cost function, so I've got to subtract the whole cost function, which means both 150,000 and 30x are going to be subtracted. So minus 150,000 minus, where is the cost function? There it is, 30x. And so I can simplify that because I have some like terms. The 30x and the 300x are like terms. So I know I'm going to put this, kind of ran out of room here, but that's okay. I'll put it down here. You can't even see when I do this. Where is my pencil? There it is. So the profit function, alright, I'm going to do it on the back because I'm running out of room. You don't have to do it on the back. Where's my pencil? There it is. The profit function then, and I'm going to put the x squared term first, which was negative x squared over 30, plus I'm going to combine the 300x and the negative 30x to get 270x, and then we had the minus 150,000. So the next question on that sheet that I'm on the wrong side of now is to find the marginal profit, which is just the derivative of profit, or how quickly your profit is changing at that particular point in time. So regular derivative rules, 2 drops in front, so negative x over 15, because that 2 will cancel, plus 270, and then that derivative is 0. So there's my marginal profit. And then the last question says find the marginal profit at 1,500 TV sets, which is at the point where we're breaking even. Again, I just plugged that in here, so negative 1500 over 15 plus 270. This is negative 100 plus 270, so it's $170. So that very moment in time, the well, I can flip this back over. It tells you right on here what that means in context. At a production level of 1,500 sets, profit is increasing at a rate of about $170 per set. After that point in time, you would find that profit would be decreasing. So I think that's everything. I know that's pretty quick. It's 2 videos that messed up in the middle because of a technical glitch. But maybe by going back and looking at them slowly, it will help figure that out. And the only other thing I can think of is, well, I think that's it. If you have questions, the only other question you might come up with is if they don't give you these particular boundary values, you may have to kind of play around with it to figure out what the domain and range would be, based on knowing, of course, these are all about making products and selling them, so they'll all start at 0, and they'll go up. And then also, if they don't give them to you when you go to your window to graph, you may have to play around with it to get the whole picture on the graph at once. So kind of play around with your calculator a little bit. I think that's it. Again, the key to this particular set of problems is making sure you read what it's asking for, because it could be asking about cost, revenue, profit, or marginal cost, marginal revenue, marginal profit, which are derivatives, or it could be asking about average cost, average revenue, average profit, which is dividing by x, the original functions, or marginal average revenue, or marginal average profit. Again, those are derivatives of these functions, which you would have to take first. Good luck. Get together in groups of 5 or fewer tomorrow in a free period, and then we will chat about this on Thursday. Also, your review for your first exam is also available on Blackboard, and we can talk about that on Thursday as well. Enjoy the snow. Goodbye.